around. And now we still have to deal with the whale. It's not even over yet. That's the thing.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Because that was probably all in the span of like 5 seconds IRL. You know what I'm saying? But that was 2 hours in my head, bro.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
He is so mad. He might be the best character in Genshin story-wise. The writing for him, and honestly Focalors has just been 10 out of 10. I don't think they have done writing as good as this for anything else. I think this is the best story they have come out with yet. It's like actually 10 out of 10.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature.
I just know we are about to get a bomb-ass fight, a bomb-ass cutscene. This might be the best quest ever so far in Genshin. Holy f***.
We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal.
Let's go!
Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
I am so f***ing ready. Can we help child? Please let me see the dragon form. I'm crying. Please let me see it, bro. I just want to see it. Oh my god. Just once. Good night, Ace. Have a good day tomorrow. Holy shit. It's f***ing time! Let's go.
But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I've
Holy
already done my best to separate the power of the Primordial Sea.
I don't even know what to do.
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Fallen ravens, adorn my night!
Settle down!
This thing is so far away.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Run.
Why is there a homing thingy over there? It looks really scary.
Wow. This is a $1 billion game.
Settle down!
You can run, but you can't hop. One with nature.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress it.
Oh my god! This is her entrance? What? Bo, she flung his shit!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but oh well.
She's such a nice butt. Holy shit. Wow.
It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
Master's pet?
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Okay. Her outfit has grown on me exponentially. That is not what I expected her to look like. I don't know.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Hyman has an idea. From what she said
Could be
earlier,
better.
She must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
It's just so fucking unique. With the the stockings? The abyssal stockings and gloves?
So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree.
This
The
is
strange
Skirk.
use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait,
I could just literally look at her legs and I wouldn't get tired of it. It's
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did.
so her master's male. Got it.
His name is Sertologi.
Sertologi. Her pupils look so weird.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
Foul legacy.
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rheindotter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Hmm.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
Yo, what up, Spud? Thank you so much for the raid.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Everything's actually flooded. They're not dissolved though, right? Let's go!
Hey! Help! Over here!
Bro, that's crazy! They were just ready with these aqua buses. The judge. Yes. Maybe? Wait, Riz Slayer? Let's go!
All hands initiate emergency rescue!
Let's go! I was wondering if this spent the entire f***ing time. W.
Hurry!
Oh my god.
Hey, lend a hand!
How are they still alive? I don't f***ing know. Plot armor, I guess.
Look! The water's receding!
Let's go.
It's a miracle!
Let's go.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong! The prophecy was wrong!
Yeah! Whoa!
Are you right?
Yeah.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Bro. Suck it, sustainer of heavenly principles. Holy shit!
The soul renewed. The Spiriti Rasula attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Skyship Winglet, lunar brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin, have suddenly become a shield over the Institute. What people always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle,
Wow.
they would find it all the harder to find a word with which
Holy
to classify
shit.
him and his team.
That was crazy.
Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Juria and Navia?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Paimon's curious too!
Come on, let's head to Poisson.
Holy f***, bro. Oh no, we're at the finale, bro.
Navia!
Oh, it's you.
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies. Our residents are hard at work as well.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours.
Let's go.
I
W
especially
Shrimp.
like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you
What a
don't
random.
mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go
Damn.
over there.
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants...
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute?
Oh, this is definitely the best quest they've released so far. This
Not
finale.
bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too.
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did
Risk
the
of
Fortress
Rain
become
2?
so
Let's
friendly
go!
towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridesley will make a personal appearance.
That fucker sat down there the whole entire time, though. He made
You're
one
right.
appearance.
I've got to treasure every moment I have with them.
Granted,
Stay
there was
safe
really
now.
no room from up here
And
to do
tell me
anything.
if you hear anything interesting.
He had a W entrance and a W exit. The Inazuma Archon quest was also great, but this one was just
Wow, guess
crazy.
we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Yep, I'm back.
Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Take at least one cup of tea.
need to be so nervous. Miss Charlotte.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it.
No, I just... This is my
I
first
know,
time being
Waffle.
interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now,
Holy
I'm
f***,
not
it's
looking, but I actually
1:30.
did
Oh
meet
my
Mr. Edwin
god.
once, and I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like
How
Charlotte's
did
trying
they
to
get that
us
ship back
another
underwater?
exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have been
Other
affected
than
down
that
here since it's already
flying
underwater.
It got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh?
It was a crazy day,
Anyway,
bro.
regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them
That's so
over, huh?
cute.
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh.
Okay, but the way she
Actually,
flung
what about
him in the
you?
fucking abyss
Are
was
things
great.
gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, traveler, let's go.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks.
The dogs.
Oh,
Is that really necessary?
it's precisely because we don't need the picture that they'll have value as keepsakes.
Maybe I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight.
Yes, you successfully kept prying eyes away, but
You should be happy for them. They
Oh.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon.
Strange pockets.
And Miss Charlotte.
Oh, the stuff with the flood.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things.
Trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure.
Address? Skip the fucking cell phone.
Write down my address.
Just give me your house, bro.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Fremmy, my man. Double cryo up.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Physical riz, snotters.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll...
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
Please help, he says.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervillet opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
He already got his powers back, so I feel like at this rate, it's just useless, no?
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Hey, remember when I told you that she somehow played a part in this and she somehow would get something in the end? Still sticking by that shit.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about.
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nervillet has had a significant change of heart
practically
regarding the
like
matter.
the leader, so I mean,
So there's
he doesn't
some
need it.
reason for this that only Nervillet knows about?
Like a temporary limited battery. He doesn't really, yeah, he doesn't need it. But still, point is, the knave put this all together and orchestrated it. I'm telling you, she's orchestrated it so she could get the gnosis. I'm sure Child going down definitely played a part to the
I suspect you'll
and I'm
have
sure
to
the knave
ask
was
him about
partly
that
behind that as
yourself.
well to get him down there.
Yes, speaking of
I'm
which,
just sure she's pulled some
I
strings.
did see him strolling around the entrance to the fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and... But back to the topic.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his
Okay, so
wounds.
we went back. She flung
I
his
hear
ass
that the
home.
recent disaster really did a number on his health.
I guess I can call him one of my war buddies.
That's true. When you think about it, we had loads of run-ins with the Fatui.
Child's our war buddy now.
We'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians. The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you
The
go?
magic pocket.
Here, traveler, Paimon.
To move things about?
That's right.
Our inventory is practically
Funny.
like a magic pocket.
I was giving out magic pockets when we first met, too.
You just hold everything. It doesn't
What do
stop.
you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. I guess this must be life. All right, then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so...
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Nervillet's doing? As long as...
Okay, this is like a 20-hour quest, dude. Oh my god. This shit doesn't end.
Ooh, he really is there.
Look at this handsome dragon. He's a fucking dragon now, bro. Full-fledged Hydro Sovereign. Oh my god. Him.
So, you really are here, Neuvillette. Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved?
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Associate is salty. We saw that day. Family principles, experience endless performance to save him.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood.
Blood magic.
After the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Lore time. We'll see. It doesn't look like too much lore.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it
It's a
now.
ritual.
Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left.
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
Yeah. She's been doing this shit for 500
Having
years.
said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House. Not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the oratories also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay.
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow.
Where would he go?
Ancient Dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the Knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations! Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the Knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume.
Let's go!
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
Okay.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Ooh, okay.
Sounds like a real tough
So he's
customer.
confirmed to be in that land.
Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon, when we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be
Hell
some
yeah,
reason for it
Mers.
that only you were aware of.
I know. Captain's the real shro of Natlan.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the
Although he
Fatui's
said throw in
intelligence
hat,
division.
not mask,
They
so.
are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you. In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference.
Okay, her pupils look like the nihility sign on Starro. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Cause like her pupils reminded me of something. I think it's the nihility sign for some reason.
I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend.
Authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But he's just the Hydro Sovereign, no? Something similar to a god's curse mixed in.
I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
Okay, her butt is so nice.
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
The gnosis are the remains from the third descender. We are unknown of the first two. Our traveler is the fourth, correct?
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you.
Is this why you gave it to her? Bro, that's toxic!
To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
That makes me so happy. He cursed the knave, and now he's about to give it to the Sarista? He might be my favorite character after this. After this one tidbit of knowledge. Yas, king! Yas! I f***ing love it.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know.
The third descender.
If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
She even sounds kind of like Juliu. Her outfit is so interesting. She's like a scarf going on.
Next time, you believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait, I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
We're the fourth descender, correct? We don't know the first two, but we know that the third one died and is dead. We can't assume Focalor is the third descender, right?
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like
Wait, so all the
Gnosis?
Gnosis?
How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play.
I mean, I guess the
that is
Gnosis
what she
come
meant
from
to say.
dragon power.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
Yes, I am the fourth descender. Gnosis are related to descenders, and two, that the one who came before me has already died.
I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender.
So all Gnosises come from the third descender.
I wonder. Does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all? That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
AQ interlude?
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god. And she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Damn. Masquerade of the Guilty complete. Yeah, now the Knave is cursed. We love to hear it. We love to see it. That makes me so happy. You deserve it.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I suggest that you fully
Damn. That was probably the best quest. I won't lie. So first sender is Heavenly Principles. Nahida's guess. Second is unknown. Third is confirmed dead and their corpse are not the container for the gnosis.
Now the curtain has finally fallen on her performance. The character she portrayed was an imaginary one, yet in playing that role, she fulfilled her duties.
Damn. Damn. I have a special mental affinity, so Traveler is kind of like a living gnosis. I realize how deep Genshin is. Seems like there's layers. Bro, there's so many fucking layers, Murs. So all the gnosis come from the third descender. That was so goddamn good. That was so good, man. That quest, man. Probably the best one.